If you like modern looks for your card making, you have to check out this new release from JC Gaspar and Spellbinders. To see this card come together, stick around. It's coming up next. Here's a look at the core products I'll be working with today, and these are from my friend JC Gaspar for Spellbinders. This is the line of bean, and right now you might be thinking, what's she going to do with that? Well, you will have seen because I would have shared the card. But I have some greetings as well, and this is a press plate, so I may do some foiling today, which I have not done in a while. But first, I'm going to go ahead and get the pieces here cut out for this modern face design. I used a panel die here to cut out a shape from white cardstock that I know will work with this, because I am going to do an inset with this, but I'm going to do a little ink smooshing right onto this panel, and this is just a plastic baggie tied off with a paper towel. I learned this from watching Natalie Bauer's channel. I will link her video in the description. It's a great technique if you're not good at smooshing ink. So here I'm just going to smoosh down 3 of the 4 colors that are rainbow order. I'm going to give this a little spritz, get those inks moving, and then I'm just going to take my little potcher, my little smoosher, okay, kind of smush it around, and I'm just going to put it on this panel. Now, I might get too much on, I might get not enough on, but you just kind of play with it. Wipe it off, move on to the next color. Now, this is not watercolor cardstock, but that's okay. You don't need to have anything extra, just regular old cardstock will do. And just overlap your 3 colors as you go. Now, these are analogous colors, so where they do overlap, they're going to be fine. It's not going to look weird. I can come in and get a few more daubs in there till it looks how you want it to look. But this just gives you more control over what you're putting down, and I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to cut this out so that I can inlay this design, and we'll see how it looks. So I'm going to cut this into my cutting plate, push it up, and all I need to do basically is center this right in the middle, and I might even put a little tape in place just so that this doesn't move. I have a little right there. I don't want that to shift, and I think that's centered pretty well. I'm going to run it through so that I get that cut out. And now you'll see, let's get my tape up and off. Well, I guess I could just lift it like this. This is gonna, and this actually kind of helps this to flatten out a little, but I'm gonna peel that off. And now I have my background for this little guy. So we're gonna take you out. I could save those, but they're so dreamy and light, you wouldn't get much out of it. But I'm going to fully let this dry because it's pretty close. I'm going to let this fully dry and flatten out, and then we are going to drop in these pieces. Okay, this is a pivot. Now that I'm seeing how cool this looks, I don't think I'm going to inlay anything. I think I'm going to pop this up because I think that is so cool looking. So I'm going to let all of this flatten out, and I'm going to change course. While this is flattening out, I'll do the greeting. So I'm going to foil. Haven't foiled in a while. I think I have enough here. Oh, do I want to go? Oh boy, you know what? I think I got to go that way. Yes. So pretty side down. Then I'm going to tape this into place like that. And this guy over here. And maybe just a little up here so that doesn't flip. So as soon as this goes to green, I will pop this on, heat it up, and I've got my little pad here, but I'll bring my die cut machine over. I've got my plates so that I can impress the foil into this because I think it would look really pretty with that. It takes about, I don't know, 4 minutes for mine to heat up. So I'm going to place this right on here. I'm going to put my plate on, and my shim. I never know if that's the right order, and run the timer. Then I'll be able to run this through as soon as the timer goes off. So that is good to go. I'm going to gently dislodge it from the glimmer base and just going to run that through. Not too fast, not too slow. Just want to transfer that foil. I hope I did this right. I guess we're all going to see soon. I don't do this enough. I need to do it more because it's really pretty and it's such a cool, letterpress look. Okay, I'll take you off. Take that off. And then I'm just going to bring this right back out and set this here for a second. And we will lift this off. Oh my, that is coming right off with the heat. Now that looks pretty good. Pull that off. These magnets that I use for lifting up dies, they actually work really well on certain foil press plates. Now this one is a little close. Okay, let's see. I feel like this worked. Oh, and this is beautiful too. And the nice thing about this is they cut all out together. So let's see. Let's see how much foil is overfoiled or not. Oh my goodness, just a little down there. Okay, let me zoom in here. That's really pretty. It's just a very elegant typography. So that one I probably wouldn't use, although you can use like an eraser. I don't have it here handy, but I have one of these like electric erasers. But I mean, this is not much different, right, than a straight emboss. But what this is, it is crisper because there's no spread of the embossing powder and it is impressed into the paper rather than sit on top. Let me get the die to cut this out. I think that's going to look good. I will throw a little piece of tape on even though I don't anticipate. Oh, wait, is it good from side to side? I think, there we go. I just don't want it to shift, but also when you're doing foil, don't put tape over the top because it can lift your foil. I'm just cutting with my electric machine because that's my default. All right, and now lift that up and just pop out some of my greeting options. And these are definitely ones to keep too. Like you get a bunch at once and then you've got a bunch of beautiful greetings ready to go. I think I probably will cut, no, maybe not a shadow layer or an extra layer, but these are so cute. Love it. Even this one with the overfoiling, it worked because this covered enough of the part that overfoiled. So, all right, now I'm going to put some foam tape on the back of my inky piece and we'll create the final card. So now I've got my foam tape strategically built, and I think I am going to end up putting the greeting right at the bottom because I don't want to cover up the face. Here is the heart part too. But let me I'll show you all the strategic foam as soon as we cut or prepare the note card. I'll make this a top folding card. So it will fold down to be 4 1/4 wide by 5 1/2 tall. And let's set you aside. That press here, make sure it's lined up. And there we go. All right. I'm going to tape it shut so it stays closed while I am adhering the panel. And I think the white's kind of going to be cute. But here's what I don't know. See, because it will cast a shadow, just enough of a shadow, or do I want it to be darker? Gosh, now I don't know. I kind of like this look. I think it's cool, but it could use something a little spatter maybe. But let's get this on first. So as you will see on the back, there's a lot. I'm going to take all of the backers off, and then I'm going to put liquid adhesive on so I can get this right where I need it to be. I just had to cut a bunch of pieces to kind of fill it out. So I'm just going to take a few dots of glue. This will just give me a little float time, not much. I don't want to saturate my panel with glue, but I do want to have maybe a little floater here. Just a couple. Get you guys in here. And I'm going to stand up so I can look straight down, and I'll pop this on. That looks pretty good. And then everything has support. Even this guy. Oh, did I not put one on his eye? I didn't. Oh, shoot. Well, I could squeeze one in there. I missed that. Okay, but I am going to take this heart and we're going to put this one in. Let's see if I can get it with tweezers that aren't sticky. Okay. I forgot to put one on there, but here we go. We're just going to kind of visually center it right in there, and that should be fine. And let me cut the tiniest piece to stick right under there. I'm going to show you this strategic little bit here. I'm going to get it right under here so it's hidden. Press it down. There we go. That way everything is held secure to the panel. You know what? I think I'm going to put some spatter on here, just a little gold. I'm just going to take a little of the Positively Perfect Gold Splatter Medium from Simon Says Stamp. Just want to shake it up really well. I don't want a ton on here, just a little. And I'm going to try to go in the same direction as my blend of, that. I don't know if I'll be able to nail it, but I'm going to stir deep down in here, really get that mixed up. And then I just kind of get some of it off. Now I come over to the side here, get the big blobs first, and then that's it. I'm not going to do any more because if I do, I'll probably mess it up. So a little extra here and there, no worries. Now I can adhere my greeting. I just popped it on to the bottom of the note card with a little foam, and now let's do a design review. All right, I'm going to bring in my rule of thirds overlay, and we're just going to talk about the design here. And really, this is very much a center-weighted design, as you see, with the graphic element being right anchored in here. So it did make sense to drop this greeting down only because I didn't want to come up and over and cover up any of the face, because then I think it wouldn't have looked as effective as a face, because it's already abstract and modern to begin with. So that is anchored right in the center, and both the blend and most of the spatter. The thing is with spatter, you don't really completely control where it goes. You can try. That's why some people, don't love it. But these little matrices or ninedrents, these are just kind of going right through that diagonal of the design. And anytime you take a little splattery angle, it's gonna be fun. So that is a look at this, and we are done with our card for today. It is very modern, it's very funky, it's very abstract. I think it's very JC. You can find links to all of the products I used in today's video in the YouTube description box. I'll have a link there to the supply list, as well as a link to my blog post with photos and more details there as well. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you. So please hit that subscribe button and be sure to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here is another video you may be interested in checking out, and I'll see you in that clip. Thanks for watching and have a great day.